Hello everybody, Mr. Place here, coming live with another After Effects tutorial. This is on the Alpha channel, and the Alpha channel is fantastic. We have basically 3 channels, RGB, that's red, green, and blue, and then we have the 4th channel, and that's the transparency channel, and that's really key to working in video, especially After Effects. So let's get right down to it. First of all, what we're going to do is we're going to go to Massey TV and we're going to copy a file folder. And that's in the handout folder. And semester 2, grade 12 or grade 11. And we're going to go to After Effects and we're going to copy B, Text Alpha channel. Copy the whole folder. So we're going to copy that. And basically we're going to move it to our desktop in our master folder. This is important, okay, that we do that. So there's a VP 40S, After Effects. We're going to right click and we're going to paste it. Inside that folder, you see everything transferring over here. There are a few assets. The assets are some fire, some particles, and some smoke. Okay, so we'll see what that means in a sec. Second thing you want to do is you want to go to the font and you want to get a really bold font. Okay, so let's grab this one right here. Bold meaning a non-scripted font that looks like writing. We need some really thick font. So I'm going to download this Babus New, and make sure that you download it into your working folder. Okay, so your master folder, put it into your After Effects and the Alpha channel. Okay, so we're going to save that. And down here, we're going to double click on this. It's going to open it up. We have to install the font now, right? So let's go into it. And either one of these, OTF or the TTF, I'm going to go TTF. I'm going to install this font right here. And just have a little peek right here. It's giving us a little validation warning right here that there's a couple problems here. So we just select this box right here and we installed the checked. Good. So that font is now on our computer. I'm pretty happy. Good. So let's get right down to it. We'll open After Effects. Let's close down this. Okay. So the key, just hit OK if that does happen. The key to all of our After Effects assignments in our projects is this welcome screen right here. It's really good if you want to open up a project you're working on. The last one I worked on was 10 days ago on this computer. But what I do is I just close this, and we always want to hit New Composition. Don't rush through this. This is important. Okay. So we're going to give it a name. That's your first name. A VP 40S. S2 2020, and the name is called Alpha Text. Let's just call it Alpha Text, Alpha Channel Text, and make sure you spell Alpha properly. There we go. And if you look down here, make sure you're 1920 by 1080, which is good, and remember your duration is the other thing. So if we look right now, we've got hours, minutes, seconds, and frames. So we've got 10 seconds, which is good. We can always add, but it's easier to have more time and then cut it later on. Anyways, when you go OK, we've got our preview. We've got our project bin right here in which we'll bring in our assets. We've got our timeline here starting from 0 all the way to 10. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to click on this T, which is my horizontal type tool. And here we go. Okay, so there we go. We've got our Massey here. We're in quarter quality. I'm just going to put it to full quality so you see how nice of a text outline we have here. So let's go in to our bin here and we're going to grab our assets. Let's bring in the fire, particles. I'm holding down Shift, and soft smoke. Okay, when I bring them in, they all have focus here, so we don't want to bring them all over here. I'm going to click here. I'm going to bring in the fire. I'm going to drop the fire on here. If we look, what we want this fire to do is to fill up all of Massey. So we're going to have to really expand it. There's a couple ways to doing this. We could go to the fit right here, and we could change this to 10%, 12.5. We can make the fire big like this. Okay, I'm going to move it over here. There we go. It looks really nice. Okay, so now I'll go back to fit. So the fire is basically covering the text. So what we want to do is we want to grab this layer and we want to drop it down one layer so it's behind the Massey like that. And how we change the alpha channel, what we want to do is we are going to use the track matte, and we're just going to go none. We're going to go alpha matte, Massey. So watch what happens. Boom. So hit spacebar, and for 10 seconds we have a fire behind. Well, not really behind, but it's alpha channeled. And what we want to do is bring in our other assets. So there's particles. The particles are 720, so you're going to have to upscale. Okay. And the problem is it's not transparent. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our mode blending options. Okay, our particle. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to change normal to maybe screen or add. Add will make it a little bit brighter. Okay, and I like that. Okay, and the problem is right now is things are a little bit too bright. So what we want to do is let's add an effect, a color correction to the particles. Effect, color correction. Where is my color correction? There we go. And we're going to use something called curves. And what we're going to do is we're going to crush the blacks a little bit. Okay, so we're going to grab, so you can change the tint of things with this. So right now I'm on my reds, and as I said, RGB. But what I just want to do is I want to bring this down right here, everything, and I want to make it black. There we go. So there's my comp right there. I'm pretty happy. Okay, I could add some smoke. I could go back to my project here, bring in some other assets, but this is all I want to do for now. Next thing I just want to do is I want to make sure that I save this, save as, and I want to save it in my desktop in my master folder in VP40S or 30S, depending what you're in. After Effects, there's my alpha channel here. And what do I want to call it? Normal naming conventions. Mr. Place, a VP40S S2, oops, S2 2020, and I'll call it Alpha Text. Alpha Text. There we go. So there's my project file. If I want to work on it again, I can double click on that, but now I want to export. So I want to make this a movie, okay, a video. So how do I do that? Well, in After Effects, to start the term, we're going to go to File, Export, Add to Render Queue. Okay, there's two blue areas down here on the render, in the queue, and what we want to do is change lossless. Okay, change that to QuickTime. Okay, so that's going to add a little bit of compression, and it's going to make it not in .avi, it's going to make it a .mov. Okay, so it's going to compress it, it's going to be a smaller file size. I'm going to go OK, so it's a QuickTime, and now output to where, and what do we call it? Well, it says Particles 09 because that was the last thing I brought in. We want to change that. We want to click on it, and we want to go to Desktop, your master folder, VP40S or 30S, After Effects, Alpha Channel. There we go. And we want to call it the exact same thing that we just called it. Mr. Place, your name there, VP40S S2 2020 Alpha Text. Okay, the difference is it's going to make it an MOV. So it's not going to overwrite your project file. When we hit save, we're almost done. All we have to do is hit render. All right, so we're looking across here. A little bit to render here, so it will take a little bit of time. Okay, so that is Mr. Place coming at you with a live Alpha Channel After Effects tutorial. This is one of your first ones that you guys are going to work on. And last thing that we're going to do is we're going to hand it into the hand-in folder. Okay, so there we go. Let's check to see if it's there. It's in Desktop, Master Folder, VP40S, After Effects, Alpha Channel. So what I want is I want this one right here, and I want this one right here. I'm going to hold down Shift. So I've got both of them. I'm going to copy those, and I'm going to go to Massey TV and hand in the hand-in folder. You get 5 marks. Hand in, semester 2, VP40S. Where do we go here? Right here. I have to prep this sorry about that, After Effects, and inside After Effects I'll make a folder. New folder. It's called B Alpha. There you go. You don't have to do that. Alpha channel text. Okay, so inside there you're going to paste those two items. Your project file and your MOV. Good luck on your project, and looking forward to seeing your Alpha channel track mats. Place out.